welcome to Pato's Path. Today we're taking on Via Recreativa here in Guadalajara. This incredible event shuts down over 60 kilometers of streets every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., turning the city into one big recreational space. My goal today? Make it to the ends of the route. But I've got to hurry because we only have a limited amount of time. Along the way, I'll be stopping every 30 to 40 minutes to reset the rental timer and perhaps have some local food and drink. Let's go.
Say hi, Louise.
Morning, punks! Every Sunday, the streets of Guadalajara come alive as thousands of people, over 220,000 to be exact, join in on this amazing tradition. Whether you're biking, walking, shopping, or even dancing, Via Recreativa is all about enjoying public space. It's a beautiful example of how the city prioritizes people over cars, and I'm excited to show you what it's all about. But then, right at the start, I came upon something unexpected. A marathon. The road to a major bridge was shut down, not just for cyclists like me, but for runners too. People lined the streets, cheering them on, and it hit me. This is just another way Guadalajara gives its people a chance to safely get out, move, and connect. The marathon and Via Recreativa both reflect how the city is reshaping public space, creating more moments where people can enjoy the outdoors without the dominance of cars. We're not yet to Parque Metropolitano, but we need to reset the timer on our bikes, so we push them into place, wait a few seconds, and then check them out again. It's already been quite a ride, and there's still so much more to see. We begin to enter Zapopan, one of the neighboring suburbs of Guadalajara. The scenery is gorgeous, and the people are also out and about here using the via. All right, we've made it to Parque Metropolitano and our first official food stop. I got some iced coffee and a crepe. What makes Via Recreativa so special is it's not just about biking and walking. It's about enjoying the city's culture, and nothing says culture like street food. I quickly finished my drink, and we put the crepes in our bags to eat them closer to the center. After making it to Parque Metropolitano, we decided to cut through the more wealthy neighborhood of Chapalita. Instead of backtracking on the main route, this shortcut let me head straight to La Minerva, one of the major landmarks in Guadalajara. Chapalita has this beautiful tree-lined streetscape that feels like its own peaceful escape within the city. It's an interesting contrast, this quieter, upscale area giving way to the lively and bustling heart of the city, all part of Via Recreativa's reach. We make it to Minerva, a landmark of the city. The statue was built in 1956 and 57. It represents the Roman goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, Minerva. Next to this is Arcos de Guadalajara, a pair of majestic arches in the tradition of Arc de Triomphe in Paris. The arches were originally designed as an extravagant entrance to the city, but the metropolis gradually expanded around them over the years. Now, nearby, you can see people practicing yoga, playing music, and enjoying the beautiful freedom given by the via. Now that we've made it closer to the center, it's time to eat some food. Street food here is incredible, and it's everywhere. Fun fact, traditional Mexican food was recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage back in 2010. That's because it's such a big part of Mexico's unique identity. Every bite tells a story, and you can taste the history and passion in these dishes. Now that we've eaten, we continue on. One of the coolest things about Via Recreativa is it's not just a bike path, it's a massive social gathering. People come out to perform, share their talents, and just have fun. There are over 52 free events held throughout the year here. Concerts, plays, street performances. It's like the city's biggest outdoor festival every Sunday. What is most interesting to me is that the route cuts through the heart of Guadalajara, connecting the east to the west, bridging neighborhoods and cultures. This space brings everyone together, and you'll see a little bit of everything. Families, performers, and people just enjoying the freedom to move around safely. As we've left the richer parts of Chapalita, we begin to travel to the less financially lucrative part of the city. It's not just about recreation. This event has become a symbol of equality, giving people from all parts of the city a chance to enjoy the public space. As we make our way into the city center, the streets start getting busier. Markets popped up on every corner, and crowds grew larger. Street vendors selling everything from fruit to handcrafts, and the energy here is next level. Continuing through, I come across a group of traditional dancers performing at Parque 18 de Marzo. It was one of those moments where you just have to stop and appreciate the beauty of Mexico's rich cultural heritage. And as I keep writing, the walls come alive with graffiti, telling stories of the city, some playful, some deeply serious, even some celebrating the Villa. Some of the graffiti stood out though, those dedicated to the nearly 3,000 desaparecidos or disappeared in Guadalajara every year. Art that reflects the heart of the city, both its joys and its struggles. Finally, after crossing the city, I've reached the far end of the route at Estación Tetlan. But here's the thing, there are no bike stations until you get closer to the city center. So even though I made it to the end, I had to turn around and go back the same way. It's going to cost me a few extra dollars since I'm going to be late returning the bike. But hey, that's all part of the adventure. Another thing that I love about this event is how it brings people together. It's not just about exercise, it's about community. People from all walks of life come out, and you can see the joy on their faces as they reclaim the streets. There's a real sense of belonging here, and that's something special. As I make my way back to the city center and restart the timer on my bike, I decide to take a short walk and explore. It's time for another quick stop. I'm kind of thirsty after all that writing. A fresh juice sounds exactly like the right thing. There are tons of choices here. You can even grab some elote if you're feeling hungry. But today, I'm going with the cítricos frutas verdes, or citrus green fruits. Let's see how refreshing this is. The clock's ticking though. We've only got until 2 p.m. to finish the route. Can I make it? I hop back on the bike, continue my journey, this time towards Plaza Patria. This is the beauty of Via Recreativa. It connects the whole city, from historically poor neighborhoods in the east to the more affluent areas in the west. It's a space where everyone comes together. It's transformed Guadalajara's public spaces, and it's inspired other cities around the world to prioritize people over cars. As the clock ticks down, I'm racing to make it to the end of the route. Every week, thousands of people come together for these 6 precious hours of freedom and community. It's a reminder of how public spaces can change the way we live and connect with each other. A surprise happens when I get to the end of Plaza Patria route. It keeps going on past the plaza. So with only a little time left, I continue on, I want to see where this goes and if I can see this section to the end. Unfortunately, my time is about to run out on both my bike timer and for the via to open back up to vehicles. So I turn around and make my way back to Plaza Patria to close the day. In the end, I traveled over 53 kilometers, but still didn't make it through the entire route. I still have a little bit left to explore on a future Sunday. Via Recreativa is more than just a Sunday bike ride. It's a symbol of how cities can transform when people come together to prioritize public spaces. From amazing food to the people you meet along the way, this is an experience that everyone needs to check out. Thanks for joining me on this ride through Via Recreativa. This is Pato's Path. Follow along to keep walking or riding this journey together. See you next time.